It is time for another special edition of Litter Media Live. I'm Dan Ramey, and in studio with us today is Eric Kocheran from the Kocheran Strong Foundation. Appreciate you being here today. You've got a fundraiser that we're going to talk about today.
Yes.
It involves food.
It involves food, yes.
Yes, so details are coming up in just a moment. But first, these words from Classic Brands. You've had an annual fundraiser dinner this time of year for how many years now?
This is year two.
Year two?
Yeah.
Okay. But you've changed it up a little bit with a name.
Yes, we're calling it a Winter's Eve. We have some great sponsors helping us out with that. We've got a photographer coming in. We've got some elves that are going to be there. So we have some live music. Columbus firefighter and paramedic that plays locally is going to come in, Brian Whitskittle, and he's going to play some live music. And I'm going to try and get some people to dance this year. So
Good.
Yeah.
So you have dancing elves.
Yep. And we're going to have Dickie's Barbecue. They're helping us out this year with the dinner, and we're going to have a little buffet style meal with some pork butt and some turkey and things like that. And so we're going to have a good time.
For folks who aren't not familiar with the Kocheran Foundation, this all come about from an unfortunate night that happened at the law enforcement complex that threw you into an area that you probably never thought you would be.
I always thought my retirement from law enforcement would be go find a hobby I've never really had before.
Here's your gold watch.
And here's your gold watch and your plaque. But through my mental health journey from the incident, I have discovered that the mental health for our first responders is just inadequate. And we are sending these boys and girls out repeated secondary trauma and first trauma, and we're not doing anything for them. And we're going to correct that this next year. We have a big announcement at the dinner, but basically we're going to get these boys and girls some real help and make sure that they are taken care of and can perform at peak, not just mentally, but physically.
Like with anything else, it takes funds.
Yep.
And of course, the funds that will be raised by your dinner on December 4th is one thing, but you may have some good news coming pretty soon.
We have petitioned a couple different things for some money to help us out, some large quantities so we can really start this on a good foot. We're waiting on a response from the county commissioners on one thing, and we're petitioning the governor for some money very soon. We're finishing up our 501c3 paperwork so we can file that. And we had someone stop in that was a grant writer that may help us out with some grant money. So we're really getting this ball rolling, and 2026 is going to be an avalanche year for us. We're going to really take care of things. So
I know in watching cop shows and everything on TV, we always see where they have someone on staff that can help you through stuff. But the first responders are always like, I don't need that. I'm okay. And that's how it seems to be written and portrayed. But we've seen that it's also like that in true life too, isn't it?
Yeah. We here in Ross County, all the departments are small. The only full-time department that has any kind of benefits is the city fire department and the city police and the sheriff's office. So we have a lot of people that don't have an adequate insurance or any insurance, and they're dealing with things outside of work, family issues, marital issues, loss of family members, things like that, and we have to minimize the stuff that is pushed down. Not just when they're working. So we're going to work towards, in the future, hopefully in the near future, bringing retirees in and taking care of them as well, because they still carry that trauma, and now they're dealing with it outside of what they're normally used to, and their normal sounding boards, the boys and girls on the street, they don't have that anymore, and that really does affect their mental health. We've seen that too. So we're going to work on active first responders right now, and Then we're going to bring in the retirees. And at some point, I'd like to bring in family members because people don't realize that the trauma that we carry home, we have to act on it. We have to, if you're angry about something, a lot of times that happens at home. Mm-hmm. You get upset with the family, the kids. Every little thing sets you off because you're not in that professional environment where you have to behave. I'm at home. This is my comfort place. But we also have them. They're causing secondary damage to family members.
Yeah. And if you, with little kids or teenagers in that respect in your home that like to test the normal mom and dad.
Oh, yeah.
Let alone you might be carrying something that you had just been on a bad accident or a death of some sort, and you don't know how to explain that to your child so that they will know that you're walking on eggshells.
And even spouses. We don't even explain it to the spouses. Yeah. A lot of us, we keep it buried inside because we don't want to scare them. If I had to explain to somebody about my shooting, I try not to give all the gory details, Yeah. But the problem is they want to know. The family members want to know what you're going through. They want to know what you're handling. They want to help. And they're seeing the downside of it, unfortunately. And if we don't give these folks a quality of life outside of work, their life expectancy is going to be shortened drastically. People don't understand how much mental health affects your physical health, stress and things like that. So this journey that I've been on has been weirdly amazing. I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about people, and I've learned a lot about the mental health issues that are not being addressed. The mental health issues lead to opioid use, drug addiction, gambling addiction, shopping addiction. People don't realize that. So we have to address these issues now before they become a problem, and that person ends up either harming themselves, harming others, committing domestic violence. That's a big thing. Right now, suicide is the largest killer of first responders in our country, and that's unacceptable. We should be able to handle ourselves, but we get to a point where we can't, and we don't know what else to do.
Yeah. It's amazing that it's unfortunate you went through what you did, but I think the beneficiaries are those who have benefited from seeing what you've gone through, what you've discovered, and what you're building to be able to help others.
I made a promise a couple of years ago that I was going to help these folks, and I made it publicly. And the challenge was to break the barriers, to break the stigmas that these folks, like you said earlier, I can handle this, I'm good. You're not. You may think you are, but you're not. So by having some confidentiality and some things built into the continuing program, I want to be able to go and say, look, this is 100% taken care of by the foundation. We'll pay your copay. We'll pay the whole bill if you don't have insurance. I made this promise years ago, and now we are on the cusp of fulfilling that. And I'm going to tell you, they say good comes out of bad things, and it did. I hate that the incident happened, but however, God has put me on a path that I never, like you said, I never thought I'd be on, but I'm really passionate about this. I even get emotional about it sometimes.
Yeah. For those who want to attend the dinner, what do they need to do?
We have a link on our Facebook page, the Kocheran Strong Foundation page. There is a link, and you can go in and email us at CocheranStrong@gmail.com, or they can reach out to me on Facebook as well. And we have probably about 30 tickets left to sell. We're going to fill it to capacity. So we're hopefully going to fill that up by the end of this week. And we're going to have a good time. We're going to, like I said, we're going to have some food and some dancing and some music. And I'm actually going to sing a couple of songs. So I'm going to put my chops on and see if I can't get a couple tunes out there. Brian Witzkill and I have wrote a couple songs together about our experiences as firemen and policemen. And we've got a song called The Door. It's on YouTube, and it's about our experiences walking through doors, and in my experience that I went through. And we have a new song coming out that kind of makes fun of paramedics, and we're writing one that's going to make fun of cops. So we all chide each other, and that's a good thing. But when you face what you faced as a first responder, you have that dark humor, and so we write these things. And he's kicked off his first CD of all original songs that he wrote. So Brian's really killing it, and he's a member of our foundation too. So if anybody wants to hear his music, you can do that. But we really are passionate about this. I have found so many people say to me, "Let me know when it's ready." They want it. They've been looking for it. So I think this is going to be a great thing, and I want people to steal my model. I want other places to take my model and run with it. And there's a lot of stuff built in there that protects some agencies legally and protects them. And I think that if we can get the word out fast enough, we can prevent a lot of people from self-harm or harming others. So,
Winter's Eve, it's coming up December 4th. What time again?
6 p.m., Jaycee's.
At the Jaycee's golf course in the clubhouse there.
Yep,
right?
in the clubhouse. We're going to have a little cocktail hour, and then we'll have a little speeches, a couple speeches, some food, and then we'll get the music started, and we'll finish the night up with some dancing, and some. We're going to take some pictures with the elves. Forgive me, I don't know the lady's name that's going to be there, but I was going to give her a plug, but I've left my information at home. And we're gonna have a good time, and we're going to raise some money for the boys and girls, but I really want folks to come out and support them. That's more important to me than the money.
So some true rocking around the Christmas tree.
Yes, we will have a Christmas tree there. Yes,
this
we
night.
will.
So
we will be doing that. Yes,
it's the week right after Thanksgiving. So make sure that you're there again, December 4th, and more details you'll find on Facebook. If you just want to search Kocheran Strong Annual Dinner or A Winter's Eve, it'll pop right up there.
Pop right up.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Eric Kocheran from the Kocheran Foundation. And thanks also to Classic Brands for sponsoring this edition of Litter Media Live.